Apparently I'm live. Where have I got number?
I don't.
Wait a minute. I have 6, 7. Hang on, guys. Bear with me. I don't have a fucking camera. Why do I not have a camera, Jen?
I don't know.
Oh, sweet suffering Jesus.
What?
You don't have access to this feature. What's going on?
Hold on. Right.
Bear with us, guys. I think we might be on the radio today. Because for some reason or other, this fucking channel will not give me access to my sound. No, Cam, we can hear you. Yeah. For some reason or other, YouTube is not giving me access to my camera. So you can't see my pretty face. Good face for it, that's for sure. So, guys, I'm just going to yap away here for a minute, and hopefully Jen can sort something out. But according to YouTube, I don't have access to the camera feature, so you don't get to look at my lovely face.
I don't know if it's the settings.
So
it's not the computer settings. That's the YouTube settings, is it?
Yeah, well, I don't know. You might have to do something about that. I really don't know. So anyway, guys, Jen, you just closed the whole fucking page now, so I can't see nothing.
No, you don't need to hear. You don't need to see anything just yet.
Yes, you do, because I'm online.
I know, but they can hear you.
But so, guys, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry about this. It just seems to be fucking different fucking. I don't know. I'm a technological idiot because I have no idea what the hell goes on. And Jen is tearing around the place like a lunatic, trying to fix things now and going through sub memories and all this kind of business. How are you, Andy? I have got a great face for radio. Yes, Derek, I do. I really do. I was actually just before I started up here. I was drinking me a cup of tea, which I've got down beside me. If I can sort of set the stage for you, seeing as you can't fucking see me. I ran out to the van because Jen said I look like a gobshite with my big glasses on. So I said I better get me smart glasses. Not that it makes a difference because you can't fucking see it anyway. But I said I have a nice cup of tea and my Goose Customs mug. But I realised my Goose Customs mug is in Wales and Shaggy's probably drinking tea out of it as well, looking at a blank screen. So enjoy your tea, lad. So anyway, look. Guys, I'd like to say a quick word of hello on the radio. Jeez, I might actually.
This is so frustrating.
We might actually start up a Goose Customs radio station. What do you reckon?
Yeah,
it would work nicely. Jar Leonard, how are you getting on, bud? Sorry you can't see us live. I have no fucking clue what's going on here. There's 5 people apparently on with me at the moment, and guys, you're fucking patient people. I tell you that for nothing.
Is it back to not having enough subs?
It could well be. It could well be. I really don't know. Andy's making the tea. Have you got any nice Scotch eggs to go with that tea? I am, as I hear your quality mug too. Well, that's true. I actually made them. I made them mugs with the sort of the main aim of selling them. But I just haven't had, just like anything else, I just haven't had the chance to get everything sorted. Anyway, guys, I'm going to give you a quick. Even though I'm on the radio. Chocolate biscuits here, you jammy fecker. Jared Leonard's got chocolate biscuits. Anyway, I'm going to give you a quick sort of a run through. Most of you guys know the crack anyway, because Chris, in fairness, I've been talking to most of you in the last month anyway, at the very least. I've made this has been like we don't get the option of. We were sitting here for the last half an hour just trying to make sure everything was going to go right with this thing, and YouTube doesn't give you the option of, or at least not that I can see or Jen could see, of testing this whole setup beforehand. I was always under the impression that if you didn't have 1,000 subs, you can actually go on live in YouTube as long as you use your laptop. But for some reason or other, YouTube isn't giving me the bloody access to the camera. So anyway, I have some questions to answer for those of you who are interested in knowing. If you've got any questions, guys, just bang them out, because seeing as you can't see a whole pile, it kind of gets rid of half of my whole sort of setup here, because I planned on sort of giving you a quick flick with the thing around the shed and all that kind of shit, but that's not happening. So this is turning into be as usual a first time out complete balls up. But sure, what I'm sure it could be a lot worse. So anyway, one second, I get more with the tea. So anyway, guys, I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for coming on. We have at the moment Derek in the shed. We have Gerard Leonard. We have Andy and Shaggy. You're the main ones on, and Jen is behind me, behind the computer here, trying to sort stuff out, as she does, because she's, in fairness, she can do computery shit, whereas I can't. Start with the Harley. Okay, I'll start with the Harley. Sure, I might as well. The Harley, I have all the parts I got for it. I have all the parts gotten for it. The last part came in yesterday. I decided to go with a sort of a motor gadget setup, but it's a Neutronic X21, it's called. Made, to the best of my knowledge, by a company in Canada. It's sold to me by Al at Kilted Bushido Bills. That's his handle on Instagram, Kilted Bushido Bills. And basically what it does is pretty much exactly the same as a motor gadget M unit. The sort of the main differences between they're quite similar in size, do very, very similar things. The advantage to the X21 in terms of out of the box over the motor gadget is it's a hell of a lot cheaper for starters, but also the momentary switches that are on the handlebars, because I'm going to get rid of all the switch gear off the handlebars. So what you've got basically is two buttons on the handlebars, and the advantage with the X21 unit is the motor gadget switch, or the momentary switches come with the unit as part of the package, whereas with motor gadget you get the bare unit, and everything else is bought as an extra after that. So that's why I went with the X21. This will cover all the electrics of the bike, not the actual running electrics, as in the sort of the ECU components for the engine management. Not that section, but it'll cover horn, lights, indicators, all that stuff. It covers all of that. Gets rid of all the relays for that. Gets rid of all the fuses for that. So effectively, I will have no fuse box, which, to my opinion, is fantastic because it makes it nice and tidy. Price-wise, if my memory serves me right, the X21 complete is about the 190 mark, and the motor gadget is up in the 250s, 260s, somewhere around there. Plus, you then have to buy the switches on top of that. So you're probably looking at over the 300 quid for the motor gadget unit. And from what I can understand, in terms of functionality, they're both basically the same. So I got all the bits and pieces of the Cerakoting back from Phil. Everything's sitting here now in boxes. I actually even haven't unwrapped it all yet, because I've been doing so much grinding and cutting with the sidecar that the whole fucking shed is covered in metal filings and grinding dust, and fucking cat's whining outside the door. So cat's looking for his dinner. So anyway, train of thought. Yeah. Oh yeah. So the Harley is pretty much all ready to go. The Harley itself will be unveiled, shall we say, for want of a better word, at Kickback in the end of September, 30th of September, 1st of October. That's the first time that bike will be seen complete by the public. I'm not showing the whole bike. There's too much work and too much time gone into it just to sort of throw it up in the camera in front of the general public. So I'm going to sort of have that completely for show in Dublin. Gerard's gone doing a really, really bang up paint job on it. All the rest of the stuff has been done really top quality. So what's called it? I got some really, really gorgeous brass etchings done from, I think it's brass etching. I think you call it brass etching. It is done by Noel Connolly in Galway. He goes under the name of Flame Art Design on Instagram. Have a look at his stuff. Absolutely outstanding work, and totally unique and bespoke. So give him a look up, guys. He's well worth a look. On top of that, any look at that camera yet?
I don't know.
Jen is stumped as well. So we'll probably end up, this will be a complete a complete load of verbal diarrhea today, guys, and you can have the sort of the visual side of things the next time I talk to you. But so that's that side of things. I have the paint, like, so everything is there in terms of the Harley. All that's left to be done with the Harley is me. I will. That's like, I will, Derek. I will definitely post. What I'll do is I will do another video where we're actually on the screen, and I will post links then to everything else. I will post links to everything else and see where we go from there. So at this present moment in time, that's where that goes. So guys, no, the next thing is that what I'll do now is I'll move from there onto the sidecar. Sidecar is coming on really, really well. I've actually finished the complete steering of the underneath of the sidecar this morning. It's all done right the way through from the underneath of the sidecar to the wheel. Turning the wheel of the bike turns everything perfectly well underneath the sidecar, so it's all good. So all we've got left to do now is to make the steering shaft from the steering wheel down to the floor. That's pretty much all that's left in terms of that. And then I'll get the buddy of mine down and he'll weld everything up in place. So I'm hoping he's not able to come down for another couple of weeks, but by sort of next weekend, I'm hoping that the bike ready for him completely. Once that's done, because I was actually reminded yesterday. I was out yesterday morning early to the for the Darkness into Light Pieta walk. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's it's a fundraiser for charity called Pieta House. And what they do is they provide support services to people with depression and people who are and families of those who've committed suicide and all that sort of stuff. So I was out doing a fundraiser for that, helping doing a fundraiser for that yesterday morning. Spoke to a buddy of mine, good buddy of mine, Ken, and Ken reminded me that I'd promised him the sidecar for his wedding in 6 weeks' time, which I'd completely forgotten about. So it's a case of one way or the other is coming off the bike in the next couple of weeks anyway, or coming off the bench in the next couple of weeks, because I've got to get the bloody thing cleaned and all the bits that I've made for it have got to be painted. Other than that, that's sort of where the sidecar is. Yes, I will do. Well, put it this way: prior to welding, Derek, I'm not actually going to do any painting and any dismantling before everything is properly checked anyway. No, I have designed it in such a way as the whole bottom of the sidecar can be dropped out. The whole steering assembly of the sidecar, it actually comes out with 4 bolts without actually dismantling any of it. So all I can do is just drop the whole floor down, and I can change the sprockets as a sort of a complete unit, same as you would do a wheel, and put the whole back up again. It's actually not that difficult to do. So changing the sprockets will actually be quite an easy task. So it's been specifically designed that way. So any look? No
look.
Shite. So anyway, that's all. That's the story. So from what we can understand here, guys, it's YouTube that's preventing this camera from going live, because all the camera settings on the laptop are all good. The other thing, can you give me that notebook there, Jen, please? Because I want to.
You want to talk about kickback?
I want to talk about kickback. I was up with Derek. Derek is he's the head honcho, if you like, of Shed for Bikers. It's a sort of a bike group for people who just basically they might be on their own, they might need a chat, they just might need somewhere to go, whatever. If you go onto his thing, Shed for Bikers, on Facebook, it'll explain everything that he does. And he's a bit of a soundhead, so I went up there. We called up to see him last weekend. There's a couple of lads that came through his place. I was actually talking to one of them. He owns a handful of Hayabusas. Bit of a nutter, fair play to him. Much bigger balls than I'll ever have. But he was asking about the bike show in Dublin on the 31st of October and the 1st of November. It's called Kickback.
No, 31st of September.
Thank you, Jen.
1st of October.
Sorry, guys, 31st of September, 1st of October. I will post links on all my forums. I'll actually be doing a fairly sizable bit about it on here in the next sort of few weeks when I can get. If I get over 1,000, then look, we'll things will change a lot. But anyway, go on to Kickback in Dublin. That's the guy. Go on to Kickback in Dublin. Kickback Dublin on Facebook. There will be links on there as to how you can enter your bike. Guy by the name of Lon Cheatham is his name. He's actually a really nice guy. I've met him several times. Sound had to deal with. Just send him on good quality pictures. As long as you send him on the good quality pictures, the decision then will be made on that. I don't have no say. Even though I'm an associate sponsor of the show, I have no say whatsoever on what the criteria for the bike shows or entries. I'm not judging it. I'm doing nothing other than actually helping to support the show, because as far as I'm concerned, it's the only show in town, and it's very, very important that we actually need to sort of get our stuff out there, get people to see it, because in fairness, otherwise the biking scene, the custom bike scene in Ireland is going to die. And we don't want that. Plus the fact it's a damn good session for the weekend, which I also like. One of the few times I get to go for 3 or 4 days and let the hair down. I'm not as young as I used to be. Other than that, there's a couple of other things I want to do. Give a shout out to Pat Noonan. Poor old Pat had a bit of a banger. A bit of a fucking woman pulled out in front of him on the bike last weekend, I think it was. Above in Donegal. Pat's bike came off worst. Pat's, in fairness, other than bumps and bruises and feeling a bit sore, he came out of it pretty good, so it's all good there. There is no pic. Who's the Boosa King? There is no picture on this. I don't get. Can you explain yourself?
Is there no picture on this?
Aha, yes. Sorry. No, I know what talk that. No, there isn't. Sorry, you were. This is YouTube radio today because for some reason or other, the fucking camera has decided it doesn't want to work. So
YouTube decided not to share his face with people.
So YouTube says, right, they decided, because I haven't hit my 1,000 followers yet, the dirty feckers aren't going to let me go on to do a full live stream. I get a half a live stream. This is kind of like...
We could attempt to end this one and start a new one, but I'm not sure that's going to make any difference.
No, I don't know. We'll drive on mad with this. This is like poor man's YouTube, guys. I can afford the song, but I can't afford the picture. No, not today. Come here for you, seeing as I'm on to you. I'm assuming you're Brian Mack. You're the guy who I was talking to last weekend above at the shed. You were asking me about entry to the show in Dublin. If you go on to Facebook and get onto Kickback Dublin, all the details will be on there. Now, I will be posting everything to do with Kickback on my page in the next couple of weeks. I've just been absolutely fucking insanely busy the last few weeks. So I'm also going to give a quick shout out to Paul McMahon. Good buddy of mine, lives above in Kildare and has got my CB. I took the carburetors. I took the whole bike up to Paul to sort out the carburetors because the bike was running like crap. So he is now, after stripping them down, rebuilding them, cleaning them all out, he ultrasonically cleaned them, he's putting them back in. He's now tuning each carb individually to get the best performance possible out of the bike. And this thing will run like a hot snot when it's finished. So I'm actually really looking forward to getting this thing back because I haven't had... This is the Kerry man. This is the Kerry man. Fair play, lad. But, so...
we all have our cross to bear.
Good on you, Jen. Well done.
my cross is worse because I'm from across the pond, so I can't really criticize.
So, guys, I'm still here drinking my tea. Anyway, my apology again. My apologies once again for the lack of vision. But I'm from Cork.
And now I'm confused. Are you a Kerry man from Cork, or are you a Cork man?
Maybe he was
in Kerry.
Maybe he was deported. Much As you couldn't get. Oh, Jesus Christ Almighty!
Oh,
no,
Jesus, Dad.
I was going to say you couldn't get. There's no worse punishment you can get being deported from Cork to Kerry. Mr. Duggan, how are you getting on, lad? Right, sorry about it. I'm kind of drinking tea as well when I'm talking to you. Anyway, guys, what else do I need to do? The first whole half of my presentation has gone down the toilet because nobody can see me. So the Boosie King, where did he get the name the Boosie King?
I don't know.
That's a new thing. Anyway, that's YouTube, so different handles.
Yeah.
So anyway, do I need to find out what else is going on? Kickback, I told you all about. I thought Dan was somebody else, so that doesn't matter. Guys, I don't know what to say really. Like
Does
I said,
anyone have any questions for him?
poor man's YouTube. See, I can actually now lay claim to the inventor of poor man's YouTube. That's what I can.
No.
Next time round, no lads, you get the visual and no sound. Oh my God.
Goose Radio.
Goose, there you go, Goose Radio. And the best part about it is no fucking music either. So you get to listen to me all day. So anyway, what am I going to say to you? Jesus Christ, lads, there's not a whole pile of it to say. What is there? Like we're on fucking.
No,
I'm just winging it here.
I'm just trying to figure out
We're complaining about the heat inside this place before we started. So I switched on I said we switch on the diesel heater for 15 minutes before I started this thing up. And that must have been a sign because that fucking thing started playing up as soon as I switched it on, so I had to switch it off. Should we
Yes, we should.
Oh, you're some shit stirrer, you are.
Yes. So this big like weird concoction of cogs and brass and copper is supposed to be off the bench ASAP to make space for my bike.
Yes. As soon as the sidecar is off the bench, and it should be off the bench as soon as the body comes up to do a bit of welding. Jen's trike is literally the other side of the wall, waiting to get up to the bench, and it will do it. I've also got one of them X21 units for Jen's trike because I'm gonna I'm looking at half of these bikes from even the Harley. The wiring looms are absolutely disgusting. Like they're just thrown together. So I'm going for the whole minimalist wiring, and I'm going fully digital on all of them. Jen's trike especially, because that's an old CX500, and as you well know, Dan, they came with a donkey of a fucking wiring loom. It's just hard. It's a 500. It's a 500 where the engine came out of a chicken coop above an honest Tim's house. That's where I got the engine for it, and I got only knows how long it was in the chicken coop.
Didn't know that actually, because it did have a GL 400 engine in it, which is now under the table.
Jesus, Derek, you're some shit stirrer today, lad.
I know, sure, but like it has been. How long are we talking about it now? Like a year and a half.
Yep, Andy, you're bang on right. Jen can teach. Jen can sit in front of the screen the next time and do the sign language.
You don't want the sign language, I know.
Right. You are quite very. Yeah, you're not far wrong. Everyone here as well. No, they're So I started the wiring looms are a bit of a bugbear with me. I'm not great at the wiring. It's not something I enjoy doing, but every single bike I come across, the wiring, they've got twice as much wiring as they need. And it's every which way. Where with the Harley, they put a dirty, great, massive wiring loom down the middle of the bike, which is plainly visible, and the wires are barely long enough to get the job done. So there's no actual, you can't reroute a wire because then the wire becomes too short. The battery the battery leads on them were like to put a battery in one of them was a bloody nightmare because the leads are millimeter length. There's no give at all in them. That's handy. That's handy. Very well. That's always handy to know, Dan. That's what it is. Yeah. Other than that, there is a crowd in the States.
No, my engine should be good. It's just the carbs need sorting.
No, there's also a crowd in the States that do an uprated an uprated timing system for them, where on the back of the engine on the CX500s there's the automatic timing unit, and it's basically a gobshite of a job. It's right in the worst place it could possibly be, and there's a crowd in the States that actually make an uprated part for that, so you never have to look at it again. So it's a form of electronic ignition. So I'm going delving into that, and hopefully I'm going to get a hold of that. Now, guys, we're 25 minutes on Goose Customs Radio. What do you reckon?
Derek Manny.
That's handy to know.
Is that the guy that...
But Dan, will the Ignitec system, because I actually had one of them on, I got one, I think it was for I can't remember what bike I got it for years ago. Will that one do for the, will that do away with the flying weights down at the back of the engine? The automatic timing unit? Could you play reeling in the ears?
Mick remembers every year of it.
Oh my God, like it was yesterday. The only problem was I was drunk for most of it. Oh, that's the job. Handy enough. Well, the charging system, I have an X21 for that. No, not the charge. No, it doesn't actually. The X21 is just for the to run all the ancillary bits like the indicators now and all that sort of stuff. So I'll actually look into it now in a minute when I go in a minute when I get off the computer.
But we already have the
YouTube it, right? Do I have to turn my camera on for that? Lads, come here. Just out of curiosity, how's the microphone on this thing? Can you all hear me? See, nobody speaks.
Give them a second.
They're all rushing for their keyboards. How is everybody in Wales? I was just going to say, Mick, are you all good over there, Shaggy? Did she make you the tea? That's the job. Excellent. Good. So, guys, right. Listen, I'm once again, I do apologize for my
enormous cock-up.
What?
Sorry, did I say that out loud? For your unanticipated technical errors.
That's what I was going to say. We said enormous cock up there for a minute. I thought it was something else you were saying.
Oh, shut up!
Oh my God, face for radio. You're not joking.
Now, what we could do is we could see if we could persuade a couple of you to hold on for a second, and we'll end the stream and we'll see if we can get the camera working. And
if you haven't heard from us by 10 o'clock, by 10 o'clock tonight, you know it didn't work.
You can go back to your lives.
So, guys, we're going to shut this down now, right? And what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and fire a second one up. If you haven't heard from us in the next 5 minutes, it didn't work. So, guys, it was really good talking to you, and thanks for all the messages.
8th of July invite to 60.
Cool. Where's that? Party. I think I'm going to a party. Jared Leonard, where is it? Or drop me a message if you don't want to make it public.
Yeah, maybe don't post that public. Yeah.
Dublin, there you go. We can go to
Dublin for the 8th of July. We could manage that.
We could sort something out. Listen, Jared, drop me a message and I'll talk to you about that later, okay? Cheers, bud. Listen, lads, we're going to shut down for a couple of minutes and we're going to try and get back on again, okay? See you later. God, Jesus, I'm coughing now. Right.